Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this week's video is going to be my entry to the 2017 NYX Cosmetics Face Awards for Australia and New Zealand. I'm so excited the competition has finally come here. I've worked so hard in designing and applying this makeup. My character is a girl who is just normal but wants to be something else, so she literally rips the skin off her chest to reveal who she truly is. The moral to the story is just be who you want to be. So if you want to see how I do this makeup, stay tuned for the tutorial and enjoy. Okay, so first I'm just going to start off with a light moisturizing primer all over my face just to prep my skin for what is to come. Then I'm going to go in with a medium to full coverage matte foundation because I want to really cover up all the imperfections on my face, and I'm just going to use my beauty blender to press that into the skin. And as you can see, I have really bad tan lines from my holiday, so I will be bringing my foundation down my neck and all over my chest just to help make that look a little less visible. Now I'm going to go in with a full coverage brightening concealer under my eyes. I'm also going to conceal down the center of my nose as a highlight, as well as in the corners of my mouth and on the tip of my chin. And I'm going to blend all that in with my mini damp beauty blender just because I find that works best, especially for the creases under my eyes. And straight after I have blended under my eyes, I'm going to powder them straight away so there are no creases for the rest of the day. And then just with my big fluffy powder brush, I'm going to set the rest of my face with a loose translucent powder. And don't forget, I have to set on my chest because that also has foundation. Next I'm going to go in with contouring. I'm going to use a light matte bronzer and my big fluffy brush. I'm just going to pinch that one just so it's really easy to blend the contouring into the rest of the face. Then I'm going to take a more pointier brush just to really chisel out the hollows of my cheekbones and to contour the sides of my nose. I'm then going to use the loose translucent powder to bake my face. This is really going to help make your foundation to last longer and prevent your concealer moving from underneath your eyes. Okay, next I'm going to go in with my eyebrows. Now to keep my little blue theme here, I'm going to be using a dark navy blue eyeshadow instead of a brown to match my eyebrow color, just to go with the rest of the theme. Now I'm going to prime my eyelids. I always do this before doing eyeshadow because it helps prevent your eyeshadow creasing throughout the day and also makes your eyeshadow look a lot brighter. Okay, so I always start off with a neutral base for my eyes. I just always do it. It's like a blank canvas for me now. And I'm going to go in on the eyelid with a really bright blue. And then in the crease, I'm going to go in with a bit of a navy blue and just really blend that well in together so it's going to be like a blue smoky eye. And the very corners of my eyes, I'm going to use an even darker navy blue just to help smoke that out a little bit. I'm only going to use that in the corners, so I don't want my eye being an entire mess. And then I'm going to go in with the NYX Cosmetics Blue Jeans Shimmer Eyeshadow. It is a beautiful colour, so I'm going to use that on the lid just to give it that extra bit of sparkle. Okay, so once my eyelids are finished, I'm going to wipe away all that translucent powder, or it is going to become really settled in my foundation and give a white residue, and I don't want that, so I'm going to take it off now. I'm then going to go in with my lower lash line colours, first using that light blue that I had on my lid, and then I'm going to go in with the navy blue, and then on the outer corners really go in with that dark navy to match the top eyelid. Next, I'm going to go in with the NYX Cosmetics Vivid Brights Liquid Eyeliner. This is a nice sapphire colour. It is so beautiful. So I'm just going to do a nice winged liner on my top lash line. I'm then going to go in with the NYX Full Coverage Cream Concealer just to help sharpen up the wings of the liner. Okay, so now I'm going to curl my eyelashes and apply some black mascara to my top and bottom eyelashes. Okay, next I'm going to go in with the NYX Cosmetics powder blushes in shades Dusty Rose and Peach. I really like mixing these two together because they create such a nice shade and they start to bring some colour back into the face. Now I'm going to go and highlight the tops of my cheekbones, my cupid's bow, the centre of my nose, just under my brow and in the corners of my eyes, just to make my face look nice and glowy. Now for lips, I'm going to be using the NYX Metals lip cream. This is in shade Dark Nebula. It is so pretty and it doesn't go on streaky either. Okay, so I'm going to make my gills first, and how I do this is I get little cotton balls and I tear them apart, and then I just roll them into little lines. I then get some liquid latex and I dip the cotton balls into the liquid latex, and just using a spatula I stick that to the side of my neck. Now I smooth out the top line just so it blends more into the skin, it looks a little bit more realistic. Now, before I can paint the gills, the latex obviously has to dry. Now, a little thing a makeup artist has to do is use her time wisely. So while they're drying, I'm going to start on my chest piece. Now, that is just using liquid latex, and I'm going to layer it up in a V shape, starting from the top of my neck, working its way down to my chest. Once one layer is dry, you powder it just with like a talc powder or a translucent powder, doesn't matter, and then you go in again with another layer, and I'm going to do this about 4 or 5 times. Now the last layer of the chest piece has to really dry well, so while that's drying, my gills have now dried up, so I'm going to go back in and using a blue metallic body paint, I'm going to paint my gills. Don't have to do it well because they are ripping out of the skin, so they're going to have some blood on them as well. Now that my chest is dry, I'm going to powder that one last time, and using my spatula I'm going to start to lift it off the skin and slowly start to rip that inner edge off my skin to make it look like the skin has been ripped from the chest. Now if you have sensitive skin like me, I would recommend not ripping it off the chest. Maybe lay some paper towel in the latex and do your ripping skin like that. As you can see, my chest did go a little red, but I've done this many times before, it does go down. Now I'm just going to go in with a royal blue body paint on that inner triangle. This is going to be the base of my fish skin. Now once again, really use my time wisely. While the blue paint is drying, I'm going to go back to my gills. That blue paint will have dried now, and I'm going to use some thick stage blood just on the outer edges where you can see the white cotton ball. Now to really make it gory and look just disgusting, I'm going to go in with a thicker blood that doesn't dry down. It stays looking wet and shiny, and it's a lot darker. So I'm just going to put that in a couple of areas just to help it look like it's got some definition in there. Now that my chest is dry, I'm going to go in with this fish scales stencil that I made out of a clear plastic sheet and a stenciling knife. And I'm going to be using my airbrush for this, so I'm just using the same body paint, but I've watered it down with demineralized water. I'm just going to spray straight on with a metallic blue. Now that all the paintwork is done, I'm going to do the same thing that I did to the gills. I'm going to start off with that thick stage blood and start to colour in the inside of the skin, so it looks like the skin has been ripped off the chest and it is bleeding now. And then again for the chest piece, I am going to use that thicker, darker, wet blood just to help add that definition, make it look more chunky. And then for the last thing, I'm going to add some liquid blood to make it look really wet and fresh, as if I've just ripped the skin off my chest. Now I'm just going to go pop my wig on that I absolutely love this colour. I've already got my contacts in, and that is the final look. I hope you guys all enjoyed this one. I absolutely love designing it and creating it. I love doing my special effects stuff, and I hope to see you guys next week with a new video. Thanks guys!